at the start-finish line. There is the green flag. They will climb on the throttle, and a great jump by Sage Karam. Karam will take Dempsey with him down the main straightaway. Looks like Carlos Munoz is going to grab that third spot as they head into turn number 1. Carlos Munoz has the lead in front of Michael Young.
Carlos Munoz making his way down into the short chute now. Sage Karam in the lead. Then it's Peter Dempsey, Carlos Munoz. 1, 2, 3. They're single file making their way down the back straightaway. Sage Karam, 2 car length lead. Jerry Baker to you.
Halfway up the 5/8 mile back straightaway, Sage Karam has that lead, getting all kinds of pressure from Dempsey and from Carlos Munoz. That Dempsey is in the number 2 spot, then Munoz. So Karam, Dempsey, Munoz head into turn number 4.
Yeah, certainly our apologies to Sage Karam for the great move at the start. Now we see Munoz. He wants to catch up to the leader, and he is all over Dempsey. He will slingshot past him at the start-finish line. He wants that second spot. They're side by side as they approach turn 1. Meanwhile, Sage Karam sets sail for turn number 1 in the north end. So it's Karam, then Munoz, and Dempsey, the front 3, slugging it out in front of Michael Young.
Nice move by Carlos Munoz. Side by side is Kyle O'Gara and Gabby Chavez. Kyle O'Gara working his way around the outside. He makes it around Gabby Chavez. So move Kyle O'Gara up to 5th place. Still a nice lead for Sage Karam down to 3s.
Karam, one of 6 rookies in this field, and looking to the outside is Dempsey. Now he'll drop it back down to the white line inside. No change. Now a battle for the number 4 spot as they head to turn number 4. Side by side for the number 3 spot.
Kyle O'Gara lost it at the apex of the turn. He hits the nose into the outside retaining wall. Pippa looks like he got to the bottom of the racetrack trying to make a pass for position there, and the car just cut loose on him.
Yep, when you get right down to the bottom of the racetrack around here and you dip your wheels underneath that white line, it's so easy to spin the cars out. And that applies to the Indy cars and the Firestone Indy Lights cars. Kyle O'Gara does not have a lot of experience in these cars, and unfortunately, that just looked like something, little bit of inexperience. It just caught him out.
Well, and
yeah, he's down underneath the white line. We've just seen a replay. He was actually well underneath the white line. He had his inside wheels right down by the concrete, and the car just turned around on him.
Green flag is out. The race resumes with 5 laps of 40 complete. Munoz is going to dance to the high side. They entertain thoughts of going side by side for the short chute in the south end, Michael Young.
Munoz thinks better of it. Drops back into line behind Sage Karam. Karam with a 2-car length lead. Gabby Chavez, the big loser on the restart, as Zach Veach makes a move. Zach now moves up to 4th and tries to get around the number 7 machine.
Not a big surprise that Karam is out in front of the field. He has finishes of 3rd, 4th, and 3rd. Now they are 2 wide as they come into the turn number 2. That is one Pablo Garcia making some noise as he gets up into the mix. Likewise, out of turn number 4 down the main straightaway.
Garcia has picked up a couple of spots. Goncalves is +3 on this day. The front runners are nose to tail down the main straightaway, and Pippa, the 26 machine, trying to draft into turn number 1.
Yep, if Carlos Munoz is smart, what he's doing right now is he's just getting a little bit of air through the corners on his car so that he can stay where he wants to be. But he's just going to keep pushing Dempsey along and see if they can get a long way away from this pack before he tries to pass. I've had a look at the attitude of his car. He looks fast, but he doesn't want to run side by side with him right now and let that pack catch up. So you'll keep seeing him ducking out to get clean air and just keep pulling back in.
Munoz is drawing a bead on Sage Karam. Veach and Chavez with a pretty good battle as they clear turn number 2. The leaders headed down the main straightaway. And Jerry Baker, you probably can't see Carlos Munoz because he's so tight to Sage Karam.
They literally look like one car coming into turn number 3. He looks to the outside again as he's done the last couple of times around. Sage Karam still has the lead. It is Munoz looking to the inside, now takes a little bit of a look to the outside. Here he comes again, Mark.
Veach, Dempsey, Chavez, Goncalves. That's quite a battle, Pippa.
There's a huge battle raging in the midfield, and what these two up front are doing is Munoz doesn't look like he's seriously trying to pass Karam at the moment. They're just trying to get a really big gap. Munoz was in this midfield scrap last year going 2 and 3 wide. He wants no part of that this year. He wants to get himself and Karam as far away as possible, then they'll sort out who's going to win this race.
10 of 40 laps complete. Karam, Munoz, Chavez, Veach, and Dempsey, your top 5 of the Firestone Freedom 100. As they make their way down the main straightaway, front 2 starting to check out just a bit. Carlos Munoz with Sage Karam in pursuit. 3 laps remaining in the Firestone Freedom 100, Michael.
Lap after lap after lap. Carlos Munoz stays low. Sage Karam looks high. That will not be a way to get around Carlos Munoz as he does a fantastic job defending that position. Gabby Chavez just about 2 car lengths off as Peter Dempsey, as he tried to get around Chavez last lap, has fallen back about 4 car lengths as they make their way to 3 and Jerry Baker.
Well, as you mentioned, Mark, it is Karam and Munoz. Munoz out front. They separated themselves momentarily. All of a sudden, Chavez says, don't go too far away. He's making it a three-way battle.
Munoz, Karam, Chavez, as Jerry Baker says, as they make their way down the main straightaway. The front two start to pull away a little bit from Chavez. They have about a 2-car length advantage as they reach the apex of turn one. Down the main straightaway they come. Carlos Munoz, Sage Karam, Gabby Chavez. Chavez steps to the high side. White flag is out. One more lap to go as their fans on their feet now, appreciating the talents of these outstanding young drivers. The future of the IZOD IndyCar Series on display. Final lap sets up in front of Michael Young.
And Gabby Chavez starts to look on the inside of Sage Karam. Karam goes high one more time on Carlos Munoz. Carlos holds that position. 1, 2, 3, throw a blanket on them, and turn number 4 with Jerry Baker.
Come. They are 2 wide. Now they are 3 wide. Coming into turn number 3. Chavez outside. Inside Munoz. Dempsey caught in the middle. Mark, they're going into turn 4. 3 wide.
Sage Karam has his hands full. The dirty air is disrupting the race car. 3 wide. Throw a blanket over him as they head down the main straightaway. They may go 4 wide to the start-finish line. Here comes the move. Dempsey to the outside. Who wins it? Peter Dempsey has won the Firestone Freedom 100, went to the high side and made a spectacular pass just 10 yards from the start-finish line, getting Brian Bellardi to victory lane at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.